Hello folks, this is Steve AB4L. Well, it's Friday, and when I came in I saw something. Now remember, I just had posted a video about a bulk carrier This is a bulk carrier, and we've seen it before. Dana Transport, Avenel, New Jersey, and the guy's in there. His motor's running. Now the thing is that, what do we think is actually in the tank? And it looks like it's a single tank, not separated into different compartments. But the thing I wanted to come around to is, when I came in, I saw some twins. See them? Now hang on, I'm watching for traffic. H-E-L-W-I-G. It's J-S-H-E-L-W-I-G, and Son, T-E-R-R-E-L-L, Texas. And it's got a Texas plate on the front bumper. And it's a Freightliner tractor. And there's a cat over here. What do you think about a cat that has spots like that and a black tail? It's called a chimera. It's genetically two different cats. Hellwig. So the tractors, there's two of them up here together. Yeah, they got Texas plates. Although this one looks, wait a minute, TNT. TNTrents.com is the trailer. So they look the same, but they're not the same company. I thought they were twins. Because of the tractors, I thought you guys were twins, but you're not the same company.
No, we're not. Do you work here?
I'm always interested in the trucks and where they come from.
Oh, cool, sweet.
I mean, we're in North Carolina, and the one over there is from Texas.
Right. Well, my company's New Hampshire, but I'm out of Las Vegas. We're from all over the place. But I just dropped off here. I'm picking up here.
Yeah, and I know why you come to the parking lot. Just take a break.
Yeah, and they allow us to park here too. So
wait, no. I just want to be sure I'm not in anybody's way.
No, you're good.
I know a guy locally, he owns his own flatbed, but things have been. But you just said you're actually from Las Vegas.
Hold on a second. I'll call you back in a second, right? Sorry.
All right, you said the company is, no, Hellwig is Texas. What's this company?
So this is a company out of New Hampshire. It's called Paraíba. They're, I think the owners.
Paraíba?
Paraíba, yeah.
Paraíba. Oh, what town or city?
It's.
I've worked in New Hampshire a long time ago.
New Hampshire.
Oh, okay, I got it. Pardon?
Monroe.
Okay.
Middle of nowhere. It's an ice rink. It's close to Boston.
Well, before the Civil War, Massachusetts used to include Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont, and they had to divide those up into states to keep up with the southern states.
I have a stand-up comedian I'm a huge fan of, and he loves American history. He always I actually heard that before. That's really interesting. Great stuff.
There you go. Okay, I'm just curious. So what it is that you own the tractor, but you rent the trailer?
Well, so I own the tractor, but I lease on to the company. that the name is on the door. So I use their DOT and FMCSA number. And what that is like, I get a better deal on insurance because they have several different trucks in their company.
Yeah.
It's just corporate.
That's bulk.
Corporate stuff.
Bulk buying.
Yeah. So like, I don't have to micromanage an entire business myself with a lot of bureaucracy. They streamline the bureaucracy and they keep a percentage from me. So they find the freight for me, and then I give them a percentage of
Right.
each ride.
And see what I do around here, some of the ones I've seen in the past, when I look up the incorporated name and it's North Carolina, it's often a personal residence, and that's probably similar to you.
So that's what most people do. I think that, so when you set up, I'm going to set up my own DOT and FMCSA soon.
Right.
When you set up your own, you have to give a residence and you have to appoint an officer.
Exactly.
Usually they appoint somebody who doesn't actually work in the company, because if they get served papers, they're not.
Well, it's called a business agent.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's right. I knew somebody that his dad was in Cary, North Carolina, what made the point of being a business agent for a lot of, like Google, if they do business here, they have to have a business agent, because that's the state law.
That way they get hit with papers.
That's right, and then somebody shows up in the court.
Yeah.
Exactly what you were saying.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Steve.
I'm Mike Mulcahy, like the priest in MASH.
But all it is curiosity, and what I like about it is, and I mean this, it makes America great.
It does. It totally does.
Now, let me just tell you one more thing. I've hitchhiked through more than 20 countries when I was younger.
Oh, wow. Which countries?
Europe, across North Africa, and the Middle East.
Oh, wow.
So I've kind of seen a lot of things,
Yeah, I've lived
and
a lot
on
of
the
different
road,
places.
and
That's what I was asking. Yeah.
and so, well, now I can't do that, but this is sort of like paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. It's very interesting because I saw somebody recently saying that one of the last jobs available in America for somebody who doesn't have a college education to where they could actually have a shot at buying a home is being a truck driver. And that American youth do not want to be truck drivers.
The way I look at trucking is, you can still have businesses of various kinds and get stuff delivered or picked up and taken,
Oh, yeah.
instead of being forced into a few metropolitan areas.
Right.
And that's what I see about the trucking industry, is that it still lets even manufacturers and businesses be small operators in a lot of places, because without them they would have to be in New York City, Los Angeles,
Right,
Chicago, and nowhere else.
That's another interesting thing too. My brother, we're very different minded as far as like politics and what we think of the world in general. And he seems to be like, he doesn't understand the beauty of our republic system, that everybody has a say, that somebody in Arkansas gets to say something.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. It should just be New York, Houston, Atlanta, and
Uh-oh.
okay, so then we're gonna have.
Yeah, that's where the big money is.
Yeah,
So that's
12 idiots deciding for all of us what's
Exactly.
going on, and the poor farmer in Nebraska doesn't have a say. That's not what this country's about, in my opinion. I think we should all be able to have an opinion, even if it's not the same thing. We should all be able to chip in.
I
There should
agree.
be a voice for everybody.
I agree.
Even if I don't agree with the voice, I want to hear it.
Anyway, that's why I was circling around.
The reason I asked you is I thought maybe you were security here.
Oh,
I called them and they said, no, you can actually park overnight here if you want. I was like, I'm probably going to leave like 11 or something like that. I'm going to go over to Planet Fitness, get a shower. I pay for a gym membership, so everywhere I go in the country, if there's a Walmart, let me park. I park there. It's usually not a...
well, yeah, it's just up there.
Yeah. Go get a shower, maybe a little workout in, stop being so...
Yeah, all right. Now, for what you just said, when I was on the road hitchhiking, all those places, in Europe, I would stay in what were called youth hostels.
Right, yeah.
But when I was
in England for several years, and I traveled around...
Oh, okay. All right.
That's
So
why I was asking where
they
you've
call
been.
it tramping
I lived
there.
in Japan, too. I lived in Mexico. I lived in Brazil.
No, wait a minute. Where in? All right. I worked in Mexico a little bit, a long time ago.
So I lived in Puerto Vallarta, and I spent some time in Durango, and I spent some time in Mexico City. But I lived in Puerto Vallarta for a year and a half.
Okay. Well, I worked down there for 91 into 92, and I was working on the Mexico City Veracruz Highway outside the city
Wow, I've
at a
been on that.
research institute.
I've been on that highway.
All right, so when we talk enough, we find something we have in common.
Everyone does, for sure, always. We're linked. Everyone.
All right, I got to go, but I'm
Hey,
glad.
it's great
I'm
talking
glad
to you.
I
Very
met
nice
you.
talking to you too, sir. Be safe out there.
All right, we've actually been on the same road. You understand what?
I've ran into people that, so I own property in a small town in Brazil. I bought a house there years ago when I was working there. Crazy long story. I ran into somebody from this same small town in Brazil in the middle of Boston.
I could tell you some stories.
Oh, I can only imagine. Be safe out there. It's great talking to
Okay,
you.
good. Oh, that was wonderful. And I'm sorry you couldn't hear his side of it. Wow. And he's, in a way, not occupational wise, but in a way, his life is kind of like mine. He's been all over. Oh, it was great meeting him. Okay, folks. People are friendly. And you can see over there the Midway. We know that truck. And that's 4th of July is coming up, so the pseudo fireworks are being sold. And I'm headed home. Steve A.B. Foyel, just out here having fun, saying see you in 73.